Hello and welcome to this video where we're going to focus our attention towards installing the lower arms onto the chassis. First thing to note is which screws to use according to the wall center shims you plan on using. In this case, we're gonna build the car with the recommended ETS carpet setup, which you can find on the Awesomatix Discord, link down below. 2mm shims or lower, you wanna use the 6mm screws. That's gonna be your case at the front. Above 2mm, we're gonna use the 8mm screw, and that's gonna be our case for the rear of the car. And you'll find enough screws in the kit for any roll center arrangement, so no worries on that front. So we can go ahead and start putting our chassis and lower bolts together. And either you're gonna have enough friction with only one wrench and you can go fully tight at that stage, or you can use a 5.5 nut wrench, go on the top, or another 2mm wrench. You also have a hex on the top here. In that case, I obviously don't have enough friction, so I have to use the 2-wrench technique. Moving on, we can install the PO3 bolt cups on top of the 8021 bolts. To do so, I like to use the bottom of my wrench and just give it a hard press onto the chassis. It requires quite a bit of force, and therefore you've given a few extra PO3s in your kit in case you break one, which may happen at this stage. That's why you've given a few extras. Once all 8 are popped in, we can check for any play or any binding. And in case you have any binding, you can free them up using a pair of pliers. For instance, this one is binding slightly. Slightly press it, pinch it, and wiggle it around until it gets perfectly free. And then we can do a test fit of the lower arms to check for any excessive play or binding. In case of any excessive play, you can use a bit of CA glue on the inside. A small film will fix the play, or if they are too tight, a slight dremeling of the inside, the inner hole, to increase the clearance will do a perfect job. To finish the test fit, we're gonna install the clips. As an option, you can use also these O-rings. The part number is OR14V. They come really handy when the car is aging and the vertical play on the arms is increasing. And it also gives a slicker look to the car. So you can pop it in with your fingers, and I use a toothpick to remove it to not scratch the O-ring. Like so. But for the purpose of this build, we're gonna use the included plastic clips, which are perfectly fine. And with all the clips installed, we're gonna check for free movement of the arms. And you want the arms to fall on their own weight, like these two. And these two seem a little bit tight. Let's try that again. Yeah, see, this is a little bit too tight. So what we're gonna do is slightly enlarge the holes with the Dremel. So this hole seems free enough, but this one is slightly binding. Just a little bit should be enough. Nope, still not. Perfect. I'm gonna repeat the operation from the front right and see you guys in a bit. Alright then, with a bit of tinkering, all four arms are perfectly free, without any play, no binding, which is very good. We can now move our attention to the P12X sway bar mount and droop screw holders. If you plan to use more than 2mm wall center shims, it is highly recommended to trim the little extension of the P12X, as they will interfere with the suspension up travel. For that matter, I like to use a flush side girders and just cut the little part off, like so. Perfect. We can pop them in onto the chassis. And I'm gonna secure them using 8mm screws. Can check again for no interference with the up travel. Looking good so far. As for droop screws, the kit comes with both 4mm and 5mm set screws, again depending on the roll center shims we're gonna use. Since we use more than 2mm, or roughly 2mm on the whole car, the 5mm will be the correct ones. And we can already set a rough droop value. Let's go with kind of 5. Kind of 5 in the rear, and in the front we're gonna do the same, around 6 mil. And we're gonna fine tune the droop once the car is complete and the dampers are installed with the springs. Alright, that's about it. That's all there is to it, to install the arms on your A800R chassis. See you guys in the next video. Ciao, ciao.